All right, now we're taping. We're live. We're good. Yeah, I know how you feel. I know. We're live. Hey, what's up?
What's going on, people?
All right. Let me just set the podcast up.
Oh, so was he taping?
No, it's taping now. All right, the intro's running. I don't even know what episode is this for.
4. I just said
I think it's 4, right?
Yeah. He was here the first week.
Yeah.
Down the second. Here the third.
Yeah, third was playoff.
Oh, third was the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, yeah. Well, okay, cool. All right.
Oh, guess who's here?
Bruce.
Bruce is here.
Yep. Here's his ass.
The maniac of the dogs. He's wild. Oh, there goes Cooper.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the White Room Podcast. How's everybody been? It's just me and Keith.
Yep.
Yep. Enjoying a two for 2 week kind of deal. Our man dropped out on us again, but that's okay. It's cool. I'm just making sure. Say something again on your mic, bro.
Yep, 2 for 2, like Rob said.
What the hell's your mic?
You lost my mic?
Yeah, your mic just dropped off.
Uh-oh.
Hold on a sec. What the hell's going on with these mics today? Alright, I'm good.
Wait, it was all the way pushed in, maybe.
Yeah, that was it. It just turned back on.
Because it was halfway out. I don't know how that happened.
Okay. Alright, well, you're back on. Okay, cool. Like I said,
Sorry we had a malfunction then.
we had an early malfunction in the game. We got the mics all set up good, too. We're like, alright, they sound good. And now all of a sudden we switch off to come back on. Then the sun gets fucked up like usual. Well, you don't have to worry about it because guess what? It wasn't recording. Alright, I'm going to start it off again, bro. Holy shit, bro. That's okay.
That was 2 malfunctions.
That was 2 malfunctions. Here we go. Start recording. Podcast starts. Here we go. All right, now it's recording. And now I can see the music.
Right.
I can see it in the background. And I can see our mics. So we're good. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's 2 hit or misses, bro. Going for
2 for 2.
Yeah, 2 for 2. That's it. Yeah. Luckily, the video's been playing for 2 minutes and 45 seconds already. Holy shit.
Oh, that's great.
Talk about not being the kings of inconsistency. If his shit works, it works. If it doesn't work, I'm still going to put it out
You
there.
just throw it up anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be up in silence. Everybody's going to be like in silence. All right, here we go.
They'll be like, what the hell is that tune doing?
All right. Okay, it's on. All right. Man, what a way to start. Hey, it's Rob from the White Room Podcast. What's going on? It's a new week. I said, today it's just me and Keith. Keith, say hi.
What's going on, fellas?
Let me just
ladies?
check. Let me just check. Make sure I see your mic. Okay, good. We said before it was a 2 for 2, and we already had 2 problems. And 1, the thing wasn't recording before, and 2, the problem with the thing. It's all right. Whatever. We're back on. So what's going on, everybody? It's a new week. Chris isn't here with us today, but that's cool. Whatever. He's doing things. It is what it is. Keith is here, and we got plenty of things to talk about. First off, we can talk about is that crazy Super Bowl, dude. That was crazy. I know your Niners didn't win. It's okay. It's all right.
They cheated.
Bro, I don't even think, it wasn't, but that whole conspiracy about number 13, bro, because if you even,
Bro, how do you give them a first down on a 2nd down and 7?
But even at the end, bro, remember when we were all talking and shit, and even, Nick was like, when we were talking, and that change for the Super Bowl overtime, bro, and even, your players were like, what? Wait a minute, they get the ball back if we score?
Yeah, the refs didn't. Yeah.
And then, Kansas City, when they cut off to Kansas City, Mahomes and them were running back saying, yeah, they want the ball first.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, let them have it. Awesome. You know what I'm saying? Now,
it's a bullshit rule.
It's such a bullshit rule because they don't do that through the whole year.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden, because that even grabbed me, I was like, no, you're not, dude. You're wrong. You're 100% wrong. How are they changing the rules already just for 1 game, bro? And it's not even the playoffs. Well, was it playoffs?
It's considered Super Bowl.
Yeah, but here's the deal, though. Even with the Super Bowl being so long as it was, that was so stretched out because of the commercials and everything else. But yo, you turn around and like San Francisco basically got their ass handed to them because of the overtime rule.
Yep.
Because they only scored the field goal, and then Mahomes ran it in. He ran it through, but. That's crazy. I was just like, wow. But
whatever. We play them next season, and we're gonna beat the shit out of them and hurt them.
I was, you know what, bro? I was like, at one point now, meaning like now, at one point, I don't care who's in the fucking Super Bowl next year, and I don't even care if Dallas beats them in the Super Bowl. I just want somebody to beat Kansas City, bro. And I know it's not gonna be the Giants, bro.
They're not gonna beat them because the refs are with them.
The refs are with them, but the whole problem is there's so much propaganda with them too, though. It's like that whole shit with Taylor Swift, like. Bro, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, stop it. You're just a performer, like, and then that number 13 shit, like I said before. Did you even realize when we were going into the half, the score was 10-3? That's 13, bro. 13. That is fucking crazy. I was sitting there in the chair thinking about that. I had chills going up my spine. I was like, yo, what are we in, bro? You know what? They think about it and you put it like, oh, the game is scripted, right? Just like, because they say, like, the WWF, WWE, whatever you want to call it, when we were all little kids and when we grew up, like, a year or two after that and found out that it was fake, you know what I'm saying? It hurt my feelings because I thought it was always Hulkamania, bro. But, you know what I'm saying?
It was back then.
I got to drink my milk and take my vitamins, bro. Shit like that, bro. But, even then when you come to the Super Bowl itself, bro, and then to sit there and be like, bro, how could you, script the shit out of this? Well, how about when that dude tapped the ball? He was trying to grab the ball and then the ball hit his leg, leaving the ball in the game, which was, bro, some of the shit that you sit there and be like, yo, shit like that can be scripted. Like, it could be scripted.
There's a football player that was out there. He said it's scripted. It's been scripted for years. They hand you a thing at the beginning of the year, and they said this is what's going to happen at the end.
Well, and it's crazy. Like, that script, like for Dallas Cowboys, that script is, all right, get to the playoffs, first round, and then see you later.
Yep.
And that's crazy, like, and they came out this year with such a good team, and then they fell apart, and there was a couple other teams just like that, too. Like Ravens.
Detroit Lions.
You're like, what the fuck? Well, Detroit Lions, though, was kind of believable. That was kind of believable. Because, well, they haven't been good. Like, they haven't been good how many years, bro?
70-something?
Yeah.
70-something?
I mean, what was it? The first year when he took over, I think they were 3-12 or 3-14 or something. And then every year they're progressing to getting better. So, I mean, that's a story and that's something that you can look at and be like, that's probably true, bro.
But they need to stop with the script. They need to stop with the refs. They need to get rid of these refs and have new refs in.
But think about this,
let's play football back like in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, but think about this, though. If it's all scripted like that, right, what isn't? And that's something like, you think about it, like your life and shit like that, man. Is life scripted, too? Like, are we in a fucking...
Well, how about this? When did you think it started getting scripted?
I never even thought it would have been scripted.
Fantasy football.
Oh, well, yeah, because, okay, right.
Fantasy football,
so,
Vegas has money in fantasy football.
Right, and so what they do is they take down the high betting teams and so that they don't meet the points.
Yep.
The points, Yep.
Fantasy football.
There's too much money in it. Right.
There's no more bookies.
Yeah.
It's all through Vegas.
What happened with those Italians, bro?
All online betting.
Right. I used to run numbers for the mafias.
Online betting.
Yeah.
I could FanDuel. You got all these.
Yeah.
You got billions of them.
Bro, did you see all those parlays they had too?
Oh,
they had like fucking 50 parlays.
Bro, you could pick 3 players. You could pick who's gonna get the heads or tails. You could pick.
Yeah, everything.
There was a guy that streaked. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we saw that afterwards.
He betted $20,000 on himself streaking.
Oh, that dude, one of those dudes did that shit a couple years ago too. Remember, and they took his money from him.
They didn't pay this guy.
Right. Well, this guy got caught too. But you know what? They don't even put that on film, and then you get your ass busted for doing that, and then they beat the shit out of you afterwards. And bro, I mean that's not worth it, bro.
I think conspiracy theory about the black cat on the field that one year with the Giants.
Oh right, yeah.
You don't think somebody put that cat in that field?
Yeah.
There's no way that
it's like
just
where did that cat come from? It's not like it's like you can understand like if you're like hanging out on somebody's street and you see a cat passing and be like, oh that's normal. But then where did the cat come from?
I was watching a thing on TV.
NFL field.
What was it? It was about football.
And the guy goes, I'm going to bring a chicken in the field and let him go.
Right.
He had it in a jacket, Nobody, the security back in the day didn't check you.
Right.
And he went down to, I don't know how he got downstairs, and he let the chicken go through where he go through,
Yeah.
where the players go through, and the chicken walked right on the field.
Oh shit.
So-
They would too, because they're
Oh,
gonna
they
run.
don't know.
Yeah, they don't know. Yeah, yeah.
They're just gonna walk.
Right. But that was crazy though. I mean, that was it was a really good game, and I was like 95% for the Niners were gonna win, bro. Seriously.
Bro, we played the best game the whole game.
Yo, your defense was unbelievable. But so was Kansas City's defense. I mean,
Not
well, here,
really. Not
but
really.
you're playing. Listen, it comes down to the two best teams, and you're definitely going to get a good game out of two best teams. And Purdy did good for his.
Listen, what other Super Bowl have you seen that went into overtime?
Yeah, that was good. It was crazy. But then again, everybody's sitting there being like, when did these fucking rules change? Like I had not heard
Last year.
Last year. But last year the Super Bowl didn't go into a.
He changed it after the season.
Wow. And then you sit there and you're like, yo, why would they even change it? It had nothing to reflect on last year's Super Bowl.
Because George, Kittle won an extra game this year.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Oh, yeah, extra day, you mean, yeah.
You got an extra game.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So players have.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, for them, it just makes them more money, too, because then it's another game that you could bet on, another game for people to make money. And sports betting and shit like that, and
It's
especially
very big.
is huge.
Very big.
Huge. So, I mean, yeah, I could see that. Anything that has to do with anything with money.
Look at college games. How many college games are there?
Oh, yeah.
There was back in 16 last year, now it's 17
Right.
for NFL.
Right.
It's like baseball has what? Almost
186 games or
Yeah.
some shit?
basketball.
Yeah.
What about basketball? What about hockey?
Hockey, yeah. Yeah.
The only sport that don't have a lot of games is NFL.
Yeah, but bro, you couldn't even get these guys to play more games like the beatings that most of these guys take off the field.
What about hockey?
You know what's funny though? When I was playing hockey,
Hockey's a rougher sport than football.
it's a rough sport, bro. But you know what? It's not. It's physical, but we have a hell of a lot more padding than.
That's true.
Then-
But you also got a lot of more plays that will go on the ice and play with a broken ankle.
That.
Or
and the
play with
fact-
a hurt body.
Yeah, and the penalty box is for the good guys that like to punch people in the face.
Yeah.
But it's just the whole thing with it. When I was
When
playing
the
hockey,
when the game turned around was when Greenlaw got hurt.
right,
Because if Greenlaw was on that field, that would never.
right,
The defense just changed. You've
Right.
seen it.
yeah.
You've seen the defense just change.
Well, it was just it's just weird. Like back in the day, like Wayne Gretzky, like compared to a football player, this is when I was into hockey and he was getting paid or Mario Lemieux or something like that. They were getting paid like $2-3 million
Yeah.
plus they were getting endorsements from everything else they're doing and stuff like that. While your average football player was getting 15-16 million, and then you would sit there and be like, well, hockey's more of a we play more games. You have 3 games a week at some times. And well, that was high school and shit, but still, it's the same thing. Kind of 3 to 2 games a week, we'll say. And the season goes longer for hockey than it does for football. But the problem would be is that for some reason
And the
you
playoffs go
didn't-
longer.
Yeah, you don't. Well, there's more teams
But
involved.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Then if they want to do an extra game, they should do 2 weeks of the same team playing on the playoffs.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, I'm guessing I haven't followed hockey as much as once I stopped. Once my mother sold all my equipment when I went to the shore, but we call it after my 16 years of doing that stuff, my body has it's kind of said thank you, and now it's saying fuck you, motherfucker. I hope you feel the pain, but it's I haven't really watched or checked I know they're definitely not getting paid as much as a football player, but
no way.
But I mean, they still live good lives and stuff like
And
that.
and
And shit.
these football players, I understand they put their bodies through a lot, but they're like, oh, we want more money, oh, we're not coming back. All right, goodbye.
Right. Well,
Goodbye.
they've gotten prissy with
Yeah.
with the shit because look at Mahomes' house. Did you see that house that he's got? Bro, he's got his own football field down there. He's got half a football field on his property.
Goodbye.
Yeah, and this and I'm not talking about Mahomes as being whatever. I'm just saying it because he's been in the Super Bowl and he's the latest team that's been playing. But you look at these salaries and you look at these things and you're like, dude. Even when they were talking back with the Saquon Barkley shit, saying that they were going to franchise tag him with $12 million a year, right? Did you hear the number? $12 million a year. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I get it. You're a running back, and running backs do get hurt, and they do not last long. But at the same token, it's $12 million a year. If you invest your money, or you have an agent, he might get $2 million out of that, right? Then you got to pay taxes and everything else. Well, let's just say you get $7 million clear for a year. $7 million. Like if I had $7 million living in this house, bro,
Here you go. You want to run it back? Marshall Lynch.
Right.
Never spent a dime of his money. Never bought a big house.
Right.
Never went overseas, built houses over there for people. He invested his money. Bought a bar.
Yeah.
He was on bar rescue,
Right.
and he's living large.
Right. Well,
He's living large.
it's about how you use and save your money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy the amount. Like what was it? Like Mahomes' thing is like $500 million contract he has. Like, bro, you got $500 million, bro.
And if he gets hurt, what happens?
I don't know what's guaranteed because he has to have guaranteed money.
But what,
You know?
what if he gets hurt and he can't play?
Right. Well, let's just say you got $200 million right now. Say you already cashed $200 million. Like you're at the point where you collected $200 million. You got it. He owns a lot of shit. Like Mahomes owns a lot of shit, and
But he also does a lot of stuff. Too.
Yeah.
He also does children's hospitals.
Right.
All of them do that. Though.
Yeah, no, they all do. They all do. And but the whole deal is that you own a lot. So it's like even though you have that money, and even if you decided to fade back and be like one of these people after this is over and go
Do you
hide
really
in the woods.
Do you really need to have a $20 million home?
Well,
Like
at that point, it's
like,
just
do you really need that?
yes. At that point, it's just like keeping up with the Joneses kind of shit. Because all the football players would be like, oh, I just bought this car, I bought that car, I got this, I got that.
Why do you need that?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I
like
mean, yeah, would it be nice to have?
yeah.
Sure.
Well, the practicality of like having a life and living it.
You're gonna
like
have
that.
extra bedrooms that never.
Nobody's gonna sleep in. Right.
It's just.
It's like I got 10 bedrooms in this house, and we only use 2 of them.
Yeah, it's
So what
just
is it
a
like?
waste.
Monday we sleep in this room. Tuesday we sleep in this room because of the view. Wednesday we sleep in this.
I mean, I can bring you places right here in Jersey.
Yeah.
That people's houses are retarded.
Yeah, Staten Island. They got some crazy
Retarded
houses too, bro. They're
Yeah,
big
Staten
fucking houses.
Island.
Big fucking houses.
But there's some places in Jersey.
Oh, Jersey.
Yeah, retarded houses. It's like, all right, how many people live there?
Bayonne, Bedmore Terrace.
People be like, there's 4 people in there.
Yeah,
So why do you need your house that big?
yeah.
Yeah, one of the basketball players lived down in right where my cousin lived.
Mhm.
He had a basketball court, tennis court, had 1 child, and an 8-bedroom house.
Yeah.
For what?
Well, Shaq has a mansion up
Yeah,
there.
but Shaq also has
Yeah,
kids, and he has people come over.
yeah. I
Shaq's-
remember when we were up there and we saw that he had the Superman bike outside that he got from I think it was
American Chopper.
American Chopper. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw we saw the bike out there. It was like 30 feet long. I was like,
Well, the guy that used to do
The radio installments. He's not on TV anymore. He's got his own. They got his own channel. I can't remember his name. He built Shaq a car.
yeah.
He had to take the front seat out of it.
Oh
And
shit.
they actually had to take the whole front seat out and adjust where you pull the seat up
Yeah.
to almost the back seat.
Well, for a guy like that, I
Yeah.
mean, you would have to have him sitting in the back seat
Yeah.
for him to reach the pedals.
Well, that's what it was. It
Yeah.
was like right. There was no there was a back seat, but nobody could sit back there.
Yeah. I would love to see how he even sits in a car. That dude's
He's
huge.
got like
Yeah. Yeah, Magic Johnson too. He's big too. He's a tall guy. You think about that and you're like, holy shit. Like, we got a guy in my job that's really tall, but he drives in a big truck. And it's like
I got a guy that's 7'2"
Mhm.
in my job, and he drives a friggin' Porsche.
a Porsche. That must be uncomfortable coming in and out, bro.
He drives a Porsche.
That's like, bro, those
Porsche 911.
those cars are like coffin cars. Like you have to actually step
But he
in.
has other cars. But
Right.
He drives that in the summertime.
Yeah,
I'm
like those-
dude, how do you fit in that car?
The old school Corvettes, like you sat in a coffin. Like it was
I'm like, how do you even get your knees to bend that low?
yeah, that's crazy. Wow. You would need like those old school Chevelles and Monte Carlos that have all that room.
You need a truck.
Yeah.
You need to step up into your car, not step down into your car.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
think about it. All the cars are getting smaller
Yeah.
too. Like they're smaller inside. Like, you go, of course, like all these
And
old
he
retro
said,
cars.
he goes, I have my seat modified so
Mm.
I could sit here and I could actually sit nice and comfortable.
Oh, that's cool.
I was
Good.
like, oh, he didn't show me. I was like, wow, that's pretty badass.
yeah,
He
yeah.
goes, yeah, they just moved the things on the bottom, the rails on the bottom, back,
Yeah,
and
they
they
just-
take the back. Well, in the Porsche 9, you really don't have no back seat anyway.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's really nothing. I mean, depends on if it's that 2+2, whatever, has that little boot thing in the
Yeah.
back, or if not,
He
then
goes, there's no back seat anyway, so
Yeah.
he goes, and I fit fine. He goes, my legs, he goes, actually I fit better in this than I do in my truck. Because I feel like I'm cramped in my truck.
I would love that, like, be able to afford, like, I can afford, if I wanted to, I could afford a Porsche, but I couldn't keep up the maintenance.
No.
I can't keep up the maintenance with the fucking Audi. I wouldn't even be able to, not even close with a Porsche. Porsche is just way too much.
I know a guy that work, he has a Maserati.
Yeah.
He just told me if he went to the dealership for brakes, it would be
Yeah.
$3,500.
No, it's crazy, right? They
He goes,
I
I
haven't
haven't.
had. He goes, I have my own mechanic. He does it for 15.
Yeah,
I said, $1,500?
yeah.
He goes, yeah. I was like, I can get a full oil change, tires, and brakes done for less than $1,500.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, bro. It's the cost of the car.
Yeah.
Look at those high end cars. Even like not even I don't even mean high end meaning like let's not talk no not talking about Lamborghini. But what I'm saying is like whatever car company like you just pick one like I said Audi, right? So Audis have expensive cars,
Just
but they
imagine Bentley or
Yeah.
BMW. How
Right.
much is a BMW to get?
but
fixed?
but then you go into like M3, M5, all that shit. That's when you're starting to really tear up the ladder. Yo, those prices are fucking ridiculous. Like the Audi R8s, the shit. Even the S5s. You know, it's like you're now you're going into different things and it's
I
so
don't
much
want to pay
money.
for an oil change on my Nissan Pathfinder.
Well, then that's the problem too. They bang you over the head. They said they call it a special special particle filter
Yeah.
that they have to. It's basically like an old time. Like when I used to work at Mr. Good Loop, but when we used to get the BMWs and it was just the canister filters that you just had to be careful taking them off. It was plastic. Pop it out, put the new filter in, oil it up, put oil in it, whatever. But it wasn't. They charge more because they saying they're genuine. BMW parts, which they're not. They're like from AutoZone. You know what I'm saying? It's just they get it from like Purolator.
Yeah.
Shit like that. But it's the equivalent of it, but it's not the same thing. Like
That's one thing I would say about like people that work at BMW down here.
Yeah.
If they need an oil change, they bring their cars right to that.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
That's where you're gonna find all the
Good.
unique products, the
Good.
genuine
You
products.
know you're gonna get a real oil change.
Right. You don't have to worry about getting any.
Anything, tires,
Yeah.
brakes.
They used to bring right here.
Damn, you hear that dog, bro? He's like fucking barreling through shit upstairs.
But now it's, I don't know if they still do it. I know they used to do, they used to have great deals on cars. And we were trying, the longshoremen were trying to get deals through them.
Yeah.
Because we were bringing them off the ship. We're like, yo,
Yeah.
why can't we get a deal?
Right.
Oh, you don't work for the company. Okay, so if we don't go on a ship, your car ain't coming off.
Right.
They're like, yeah, but that's not how it works. You have to be through them. Be like, yeah, but give us like something, not what they got, but something that we have at BMW.
Right.
That people are rolling around with BMWs, bro. Oh, people buying BMWs. You're gonna sell a lot more cars.
Yeah. Well, that girl that was manager or that lived across the street, bro. She had a new BMW like every month, and what it was is like she said is they have a monthly thing that you pay monthly to rent the car, and you basically get demos, and you have your
Well,
choice.
if she was part of BMW people, yeah.
Yeah, she was BMW manager.
Manager,
Yeah, so-
they could rent, they could do even Rolls Royces.
Yeah, she had a different BMW like every month or two or whatever it was. Whatever she said that they didn't have access to everything. She
Yeah.
said they had access to what was there and then what was a pool car.
Yeah.
Meaning like if they had a brand new model out, top guys would probably take that first, and then when you pull up one day and you see that car, you're like, dude, I want to switch into that. I want that. Is nobody using it?
I know the shop steward from BMW. He pulls up in a Rolls. He pulled up on his house in one weekend on a Rolls Royce.
Well, now BMW and shit, they own so many different companies, Mini Cooper and everything else in there.
He goes, my car was in for service. He goes, I took the Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
He goes,
Back when we were out there
Yeah.
working, it was just BMW was BMW, and then
Yeah.
that was it. There was nothing else,
I wish I would. Listen, I make great money as a longshoreman, but man, if I went to BMW, I had BMW every year.
Yeah, but you know what? Back then, even when we were in
Yeah.
BMW, there was another car company that was being coming out of that BMW. Remember? There was one car company because they didn't get Mini Cooper at the time. They got
They're all BMWs. That's all.
It was all
It
BMW?
was all BMWs.
I thought there was something else
There was
there.
never no Mini Coopers came out.
No, Mini Cooper's a while later
Yeah.
after I left, a long time after I left. But
Mini Coopers came out when I was probably 5-6 years into longshoreman.
right, they still do that gasoline bath shit.
No, that's all global, bro. There's nothing.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture where all that stuff was. You're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, but then how do they get the coating off the cars?
they don't come in cold.
They don't come in no more.
Nope.
Probably because you know what? It probably caused cancer. That's probably why.
There's
And all those
no
fucking
D-wax at all.
bro, all those
There's not even wrap. The paper wrap. They
Yeah.
used to have to, no, some cars come with that.
Yeah.
Like the high-end cars come with that.
like the white wrap, right?
but they come with zipper up now.
Oh, I seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I seen that. Yeah, because you know what? They probably figured out with all those guys,
Yep.
you know, in the petroleum car washes, they probably got cancer.
Global took all that property.
Yeah.
Remember when we used to go in? Remember when BMW used to be the last pier
Yeah.
in the water?
hmm
They only have a small parking lot.
Now?
Yeah, they
Okay.
fit maybe 300 cars there.
Okay.
The rest is global.
All right.
The rest is all global.
Well, yeah, because they always had that thing. You had to drive in the back road
Yeah.
to go through the
Yeah.
thing. So that's
Now
still that,
the
right?
rest is all global.
Hmm.
No, there's. Remember when we used to go northeast?
Yeah.
We used to park. There's that bird cemetery.
Yeah.
There's not even there anymore.
Oh no.
Bro, you haven't been there.
I went up there that one time with you. I forgot why we went there, but that whole other road thing where we used to take the cars in the back road through to BMW.
Yeah, you still have that.
Still have that
You still
there.
have
Yeah,
that,
it's still there.
You
But
still have that.
it's just the everything else has changed so much down there. It's like wow.
Come down there
fuck.
now. I'll take you down there. Take you down there one day now. You'll be like,
Yeah. Well, now they're expanding shit, so it's like things are just
well,
disappearing.
they're trying to take weeks too.
Or weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Port Liberty Container Terminal is going to take BMW property over.
Wow.
Yep.
Port Liberty.
Our
Container
Yeah,
terminal
yeah.
is called Port Liberty Container Terminal now.
Yeah.
we're taking that property over.
Oh, so it's not global.
No.
No.
They changed the name. They changed the name in November.
Oh, that's when
They
we
got-
bought it. When the other company bought it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's called Port Liberty Container Terminal.
Yeah. Yep.
That's cool. Well, you know what? It's an expanding business. That's good. You know what I'm saying? You definitely can't complain about that because people, newer people, like younger kids coming up and shit like that, they have, you know, something that they can look forward to. And it's not going to be as hard as it was before trying to get a job.
And kids complain, oh, well, I'm not working. I'm like, dude, by 2025, when you guys are working every day, you're going to be dying for a day off.
Right,
They're
right.
like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, I was working 2 days a month when I started in 99.
Yeah,
By 2001, there was no days off.
right,
They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, we didn't get a day off.
right,
We're the lowest guys in the seniority.
right.
If we took off, they brought us right back in. I said, you guys are lucky to get days off.
Right.
I said, in the summertime, we weren't allowed to take off
Right.
at all.
Well, that's why I didn't come with you to the longshoreman because, you know, when we were going there and they were telling us that we were going to get like maybe it would be a shape up again for
Yeah.
us because we were shaping up already on the other place, but we at least had a position in the other
Yeah.
place. We didn't have to shape up anymore. But I was like, man, I want to start, you know, a career and shit like that. I can't afford to be like working 2 days a week, and I wouldn't be even guaranteed 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? That was
And
rough.
so we got our training. That's when we got. When we got our training, that's when we started making good money.
Right.
Then it was like, all right, do I want to work this weekend? Oh no, there's no choice. You have to work.
Yeah.
It's like, but that's where you made your money
Right.
because it was overtime.
Right.
But then when you got it on the top load, you got your hustle. You got $1.50 more. So it was like, all right. But then you had to do 3 clockers.
Yeah.
You had to be there 3 days a week, 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Yeah.
It was a little, and we worked 2 hours on, 1 hour off.
Right.
How you working?
Yeah, 2 hours out. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's like
Your
having
body's
a lunch
dropping.
break. It's like a one
Yeah.
lunch break. Yeah,
Your body's dropping. You're praying.
That somebody bumped you. Like a senior guy would be like, yeah, go home.
yeah. I want your job tonight.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll get some sleep. Thanks a lot.
I remember doing 3 days straight and sleeping the next day for 19 and a half hours.
Right. Yeah.
Like, just sleep the whole day.
Right.
They were like, oh, they called you this morning. Well, I couldn't even see.
Yeah.
You want me to kill somebody or you want me to kill myself?
Right,
And that's
right,
how it was.
Yeah.
But listen, now I'm there 20, going on 25 years.
Yeah. But now it's more.
Now I work
Yeah.
a lot less hours.
Well, you made your time then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like when I was at my other place. I had so much time and I made my time, but then you know I left and went somewhere else. And WME is just trying to build up my time again. But I'm not gonna get that chance. I'm almost 50. I'm not. There's no way that I can. I keep telling Dean all the time, like, I can't. There's no way. Like, I look back in 20 years of the shit that I used to do at the job, like with the other guys that we worked with. Now I look and I see those same guys 20 years, now, and I'm looking at them like, damn, we fucked up. Like, our bodies are fucked up. And, you got these new kids, like, we got new guys that are behind us. And, the gung-ho and all this other stuff and all the shit like we used to be. And, now we're not the crab asshole guys like that used to train us, but we're, still sitting back being like, yo, when you get a little bit more years, this shit is going to be
But
beaten,
there's young
man.
kids that work with us. They're like, oh, I don't want to work today.
Right. Well, that goes into that new generation
I'm like,
shit, bro. The entitlement
Are
crap.
you kidding me?
A lot of this new generation
I'm
Z shit and stuff like
I'm like,
that. Like,
when you guys get such a platter to
Yeah.
pick your jobs.
well, look how many people aren't working. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially, listen, it was happening before, but when COVID hit, that fucked everybody up. And that fucked up so many people that started a whole new generation of shit when COVID happened. There was like new people rising out of the
Yeah.
ground, like of what they should and what they shouldn't do. Go online, be a streamer, do all this other shit. Like, people were smart and they started making money from home, doing stuff because they couldn't get out.
I know guys that started like a year before COVID over in other peers.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, I can't wait to get back to work. I can't wait to get back to work.
Right.
I can't wait because the senior guys are taking everything.
Right,
Well, what do you think's gonna happen?
right.
Do you think I'm gonna give my job to somebody else?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
It's just a stepping thing. Once you step out, somebody steps behind you. That's
two,
all it is.
2 years I made. 2 years I made the most money during COVID.
Right,
For almost a year and a half, 2 years.
right.
I was doing almost 100 hours a week.
Yeah,
Easy.
we were doing a lot too, man.
I was doing it
We
easy.
were doing a lot. But you know what? The whole thing was like we were out there and just like with you.
Now I'm like 75. I'm done.
Right. Well, me, I'm 40-hour Rob now. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't do any more overtime. And, like I said, when I came over to this place 7 years ago, I came from a place where I used to do 40, 50 hours weeks all the time. And, after a while, that just beat me up so much that I'm like, now I'd rather, spend the rest of my life maybe doing what I'm doing, to just keep money on the table, but do other stuff on the side. But I'm trying to like, you know what? Think about this, bro. Think about it, really. So, with the way everything is going, right? Like when we said before about shipping and scripted and shipping and stuff like that, right? How, like, say if you pass away, like, right? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, a heart attack, if you don't catch it in your time, and you don't catch it quick, it's a done deal. It's a wrap, basically. You know what I'm saying? So if something happens,
Well, there's different types of heart attacks.
Right. But
There's
if you're by
ones that can
yourself,
kill you,
yeah,
which is a massive heart attack that you don't even know you're having.
yeah,
Because it just,
yeah.
and most of the time that is just a lot of stress.
Stress and listen,
Yeah.
even strokes. Listen, what I'm saying is
Yeah,
any kind of situation that can take you out in a quickness, let's say, right? So think about it though. You bust your ass all the time and stuff, and you do all the shit, and then the one thing you're gonna regret is regretting being with your kids or your family and this and that, because like for me, for 22 years, then Dina didn't work. I did 3 fucking jobs, like what I'm saying, and I did, I would come home from work. And then, like, on the days when I didn't have work the next day, I used to drive limos. So then I would sit here, I would come home from work on the Thursday, because I've always worked Sunday to Thursday. Some fucking how, I just fell into that groove Sunday to Thursday. I don't know how it happened, but it happens. And Thursday night, I would be, like, at 2 o'clock in the morning driving a limo. Picking people up at the fucking airport and shit, bro. Come on now, don't get yourself wedged in there, bro. You want me to get the butter?
Give me my top loader.
Yeah. So I'll just give you a second while I wait for you to come back. I don't want to sit there and talk to myself. You see how dirty that cat is, bro? Holy shit. No, I said how dirty he is. He like rolls around in the goddamn dust that's under the. Oh, it's disgusting. And it just, I don't know, it just doesn't come out of his skin or his hair. It's crazy.
In the wintertime, I have lake.
No, me too. Yeah, me too.
Real big. clogs. And you see a cat.
No, he just left. He just when you were walking in, he ran between your legs on the side.
I didn't.
He's just like you're running. He's poor cat, bro. And just like yesterday when I was down here cleaning and doing the screens and stuff. Look how old that screen is, yo. That was the old original podcast one.
What is that?
I found that.
Let me out.
Yeah, you know, let me out
Oh.
of here. You know, how our thing starts. I did that so long ago when we first started this white room and this padded room podcast. I did that a long time ago, and I was going through here. That's one of the ones I pulled out. I was going through the closet, and I was like, let me clean out some of these screens. And that screen, that's the one that like all the ink
You
and
remember
stuff.
you make shirts for that? I don't remember even having.
Bro, I don't.
I don't
There's
think you
ink
made
in there.
anything that.
There's ink in the screen. I could see it. I don't know if I might have made one, but
Yeah, I don't think we ever
yeah,
had.
no, I didn't do
Because
any.
we were supposed to get sweatshirts.
Yeah, we were supposed to do a bunch of shit, but
We never even did that.
right. Well, you know, listen, like the kings of inconsistency. You know, we're it's a hit or miss if we have 3 people here. So it's like
Yeah, but
it's
we
hard.
could do 2.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna start doing like I have a white room podcast.
You didn't
front
hang
and
your
stuff.
sign up.
What sign?
That Brooke bought you.
No, she canceled it on me.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like $80-something. They said that it was gonna. They sent her an email on Amazon saying that it was gonna take an extra month or something because of the neon or something. Which it's not neon. It's actually it's LED.
LEDs.
It's LED. So
I'll get one made.
yeah,
No.
yeah, we could do that. That's fine.
I know somebody that makes signs. I'll
Yeah,
get one made.
but so she canceled it because it was like $85. It was a decent sign. I saw it. So,
I'll ask the guy I know.
but I think that sign she was making was white boy. I think it was a white boy
I
sign.
thought it was White Boy Podcast.
I don't know,
White
dude.
Boy-
I don't remember.
Oh, it might be. I think it might have been White Boy.
I think it was white. It was 2 colors. It was white, and then there was a pink, like a half circle that went around it. It looked really cool, but I don't know if it was the white room. I think it might have been white room or something. She said something because I was buying one that said on air, and I was gonna put it on the door thing up there, but I was just like getting corny with shit. But I mean, it's a cool idea because you know the podcast is cool, but it's just like
My cousin's she's not really my cousin,
Right.
but her husband does neon. He does that.
yeah, because they
He does it out of his house.
Yeah.
But he does for a job.
instead of the tube they put LED lights
LEDs.
behind it, so it's
You know
bright
that
as fuck,
place
though.
on 9, the ice cream place?
Yeah.
If you go all the way down the shore on
Mhm.
9, you go all the way down, like
Yeah.
towards Howell.
Right.
It's that big ice cream cone.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're
He
saying.
did that sign 35 years ago.
Wow.
Just changed it over to LEDs like 3 years ago.
Yeah, LED's bright as fuck. Yeah, I mean, neon's cool, but it's gas.
He
like,
goes.
you know?
He goes. I go in there. He goes. I could do it every year. Take the front off and just pop
Yeah,
it.
but think how much cheaper it is for them
Oh,
now.
he goes-
they don't have
yeah.
to worry about
He goes. I
the
got
glass,
boxes and boxes and boxes
Yeah.
of
the LEDs. Yeah, and the way that LEDs now are and shit like that, you can actually put LEDs in
He
everything.
goes. I buy strips.
Yeah,
He
right.
goes. I got a company that. He goes. I got it through my company I work for. He goes. I order boxes through them.
Right. And now it's all the plastic tubing.
He goes. But I still do my signs in his garage.
Right.
He does do signs.
Right. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. He does do lettering. He does pretty decent metal lettering.
Well, that's come a long way too, because remember back in the day with the old we call it neons. Remember you
Yeah,
used to have a
tube.
box.
You had to bend the tubes.
Yeah, or even the neons under your car.
Yeah.
You would have a huge box on every
Yeah.
corner, and then you would have one main box inside the car. You know what I mean? That was a pain in the ass. You know what I'm saying? And if you broke, you know, or
Well,
you,
now all that is LEDs.
it's LED too.
And
yeah.
it's remote.
It's remote from your phone too. You can do it from your phone and change your colors, shit like that. I've seen that thing like a commercial. One guy makes plates, the magnetic plates for when you open your car door. And
Yep.
say if you have a Nissan, he has a template. And it's all the same, but it's different names for the cars.
They have if you want a Giants thing, they have a Giants thing.
Yeah,
you put it
it's
right under
crazy.
the light.
Technology is crazy, and LEDs is that was
It just
always
goes on the
something.
floor. It's like
Yeah, that was something like when it was first coming up, people were like, "Oh, that's never gonna do any good." This and that. That's the best fucking thing ever, bro. Is the LEDs, bro. They put LEDs in everything. Everything's even in the light bulbs in
Even
the
your
thing.
headlights.
It's LEDs.
Even your headlights are LEDs.
Yeah.
Now,
now they're not. They're that other one now. HDs or
Yeah, it's the bright,
bright
the brightest
ones,
motherfuckers. Even like in the daytime, running lights are bright as fuck, and then it's like you think they have.
what do you
lights
think
on
most of the
behind.
casinos have in their slot machines?
Yeah,
LEDs.
yeah. Why not? Because they last a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes.
They don't burn out.
Yeah.
You know. It's crazy, though.
He goes when they were gas. He goes they would explode.
Yeah.
because he had the company he worked with, they had a contract down there at one of the casinos, and he was like, I was taking these things down, and they were like half broken.
Yeah.
And he goes, I don't even know how they work.
Right.
He was like, I'm popping LEDs in it, and they're like brand new.
Yeah. Well, it's just compressed gas, you know, with electric. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Just-
the thing is, people can't tell it. Because they're so small in the machine.
right, right, right.
So when it lights up, you just see like a little fade.
I still do like if you see like on those old things, like if you watch like what was it, not Porn Stars, American Pickers and shit like that, when they go for those old LED things,
Yeah.
bro, they look so beautiful when it lights up, bro, because you can tell the
Yes,
difference between
yes.
LED and neon. You know what I'm saying?
American Pickers is great. I love that show.
I like it too, but you know what, and with all reality shows, it was fake. And that's what's crazy. Like I watched that whole thing. Listen, I'm a big fan of this show too. I watch it every time, and not only that, I stream the fuck out of it all the time too. And you know the whole problem between Mike and Frank. I think it was Frank, yeah. You know the whole problem between us is Frank got really sick.
Yeah, he had cancer.
Yeah, he's really bad.
He's not on the show anymore.
No. I think Mike has his brother now, Rob. I think
Yeah.
it is, but he. Like he was cool. I used to love when he'd go and he would always look for toys.
Oh, because you knew all about them little.
Yeah, the metal things and
Metal
shit like
toys.
that, and
Like,
those,
yeah,
those
this is
wind-up
what-
toys.
Yeah.
And Mike would go for all the car parts, like the car signs and the car
gas
things,
pumps.
or the gas pumps. Yeah. Well, those are pretty cool though. Like you know, there's a market. People.
There's
want
actually,
it.
They had the show Jersey John. He's called or somebody.
I don't know.
There's a guy right in. They used to go visit him all the time in Overage.
Oh yeah.
I think it's Jersey John or something, and he's got like this big area that they used to go pick.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
He does also motorcycles. Old motorcycles.
Cool.
The guy.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
like,
that what's they did too. Like Mike was
Yeah,
going crazy
yeah.
for that. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
who he used to call. I think it was Jersey John, Jersey Joe. I think it was Jersey John.
Yeah. But they used to go for all the old Indian motorcycles and shit like that.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of shows, a lot of Pickering shows or other shows would, you know, you go for those rare bikes that people, you know,
Well,
are barely working.
Bob's a picker.
Who?
Bob Kowalski.
Who's that?
My mother's ex-boyfriend.
Oh, Bob, yeah.
he's a big time picker. He's a guy in 1952
Panhead.
Oh yeah.
Sitting in parts.
Fucking panhead, bro. That's nice. I mean, listen, man. If you got the time and you got like the money to do shit, like, or not, let's not even say the time and the money. If you got the room to do that shit, so that it doesn't make you look like a hoarder. You know what I'm saying?
Oh well.
Yeah.
I'll bring you over to his house. You'll be like,
But see, then what? There's a thin line where it becomes a picker to a hoarder. Like, you know what I'm saying?
well, that's what they mostly are.
They are, but it's some of them like all right, American Pickers, like they got their own shit, but they have a store and they are.
have two stores. They
Yeah.
have one. They have one in Tennessee now, in Nashville.
But at least they're selling their shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like you might be hoarding it somewhere, like you might have trailers and shit, but you probably know like you know what your stuff is. Just like that other dude I watch, we call Rust Valley Restorations, right? That dude from Canada, those guys that fix cars.
Yeah, he's good.
Bro, he's a hoarder when it comes to cars because he had like 300-400 cars on his lot, and they were all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And
Is
like,
it Chad?
no, I forgot his name. This guy,
I like the Chad one.
he has the one oh not Chad, not Chad. I know you talking about Bad Chad from Canada. That
Yeah,
dude.
that guy is
Yeah,
awesome.
no. This dude, he has. They call them white reggae or white Jamaican. He has.
Oh, I know who you're
The
talking
white
about.
guy with the dreads, with the dreadlocks.
yeah.
Bro, he is. This show is so genuine. Like he's such a good guy, and he's it's just the way he talks to everybody. Like so nice to people and shit.
That's like that place in Las Vegas. I know people that went there. They're like, there's nothing in that place.
Oh, you talking about Porn Star?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
Well, that's
nothing-
100% scripted. That
Yeah,
because
they're like,
there's just
nothing in that place.
that and all the special people that they had to come in as you know evaluators
I'm like-
and stuff like that.
I'm like, how do you put a show out that's gonna be well? Never mind.
Well, think about it though. Like when in the beginning, listen, there's so much like openness now when it comes to things. So it's like we all know the Porn Stars was scripted. We all know that a lot of these things are scripted. Here, ghost hunting videos of places, they are fucking scripted 100%, bro. Bro, if you go,
I've said that for years
Oh,
when it came on.
Bro,
It was.
I knew that shit from the get-go. I'm like, how does the ghost hunters go onto a site, right? And in 1 hour get a whole bunch of things to happen when you can go on a site for 4 days and get one EVP on your phone or whatever that's probably illegible. Do you know what I'm saying? It's all scripted to the point where, listen, they need to make money and make people attracted to it. So shit like that
And
happens.
people still watch them shows. It's like,
Bro, I go through it, like, that's what I'm start this week. I'm gonna start tearing into that shit, like, to look at stuff, like doing videos on a lot of stuff, because there's like I constantly have a problem with the spirit boxes. Like, I can't deal with. There's some dude on YouTube that's like, oh, we're gonna talk to this person tonight, or we're talking. Yo, they even had at one point where it was like, we're talking to Jesus, through a spirit box. How stupid are, like, I'm not gonna say stupid, bro, because there's people that believe in this shit, I guess, but how could you sit there and think that he's actually talking to Jesus? Is coming through your speaker box? Or like people who passed away from years ago. This one dude is on YouTube, and I'm like, I was watching it, and I'm like, bro, how are you making any money? You're making tons of money off of people.
hey, here goes one. Josh Gates. He does Destination Truth.
Oh, that. Oh,
He's like,
oh
I'm like, this guy is so annoying. Like,
bro,
give me a
for
break, man.
years for that, bro. He's been on it for years. You know what I'm saying?
But he does other shows that are like, man,
Like 5 other shows.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, this show's great.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, you know what it is they stretch them out so far to other content, and everybody, you're doing how many other things, like, you know.
I watched one of his shows. I used to watch one of his shows. I was like, man, this show's actually really good. Like, he'd be like Mythbusters. Or
Yeah.
like one of them things.
I like Mythbusters. I like that show. Yeah.
But they're like, I like Mythbusters. I like when they do like crazy shit.
Yeah.
With the cars and stuff. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Look, it's a myth.
Right.
I'm like, no kidding.
Yeah. Well, they're actually proving that
Yeah.
it can never happen.
Yeah.
Or it can happen.
Yeah.
They can prove it either or. Like, you know what I mean? But that's cool to watch, because like you're sitting there like, oh shit, you know what? I always thought that. Let me see if they're gonna actually prove it or disprove it. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of stuff. I'm like, man, Jesus, that was fake.
Yeah, it's like, well, you know what? What's good about it is what's that? Fred Savage, I think it is, or some shit. It's the guy. He they're both like into Hollywood special effects and all that other shit. So they know what they're doing. Like, so if it can be faked, they're gonna know how to fake it, or they're gonna know how to do it. I love they did that one on the moon landing. And they were like, is this, made in a Hollywood basement, like, and this and that. And I forgot what it was. I forgot what it came out as being and shit like that. But I think they proved it could be done in the Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? By the way,
they
they did it.
one with the duct tape bridge. They did a duct tape bridge. See if you could walk across it. And the one walked across it, and the other guy fell.
Oh, shit. I guess it's 50-50 for the bridge.
Yeah. He goes, it could be done.
Yeah.
It could be done. But you're not going to get a car over it.
Oh, no.
There's no possible way. He goes, I walked over it, and I almost fell.
They did that. They mythbusted that thing with that dude with the boat when they put the Flex Seal all over the boat.
Yeah.
Remember
they
that
did
one?
too.
That
Yes.
fucking thing went down like a submarine.
I vote.
Hey, you buy it. What are you talking about?
Oh, I did it for the pool. I wasn't.
It doesn't work.
Nah, well, and it didn't work on the fucking pool either, bro.
No.
Holy shit, bro. Duct tape worked better than that fucking Flex Seal
I
shit.
told you that it was fake.
Bro, but you know what? And they still sell it at
And
Lowe's,
he's making
though.
billions and millions
Yeah.
of dollars off of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and
They
then
sell it at Walmart, they sell it at Lowe's, they sell it at Ace.
and they
sell
got
it
the
everywhere.
spray foam one
And
too.
it don't work.
Yeah, it don't work. Yeah. At the end of the day, it don't work. No. Believe me, it don't work.
Even
But-
Gorilla Tape, they're like, oh, your Gorilla Tape. No, it does not work.
No, it doesn't work, bro. It's
If you
just,
want something done, get Crazy Glue.
yeah, there's
Crazy Glue works for everything.
and then like even for the pool thing, the best is to get that underwater cement.
Yeah.
That shit that like the divers use, because that shit works.
It's like,
But
why would you
those-
buy that? It does not work.
I remember the first time when I took one of those pool patch kits, and I was sitting there with the pool patch kit, and it said, take the kit, then put the glue on it, and the glue is waterproof, so when you put it in the thing, it's supposed to stick. So
yeah,
like,
and it was floating the next day.
yo,
Remember that?
I put that shit in. I didn't put water on it. There was no water on the patch, like on the hole. So I did that. I let it stick. It stuck the whole night. I filled the pool up with water, and then the fucking patch was floating
I
across the
remember
thing.
that.
Holy shit, I was so pissed off because it was still pissing out the side of my pool. I was like, I can't fucking win. It's like, And then I'm like, I'm gonna change the liner next year, but I don't want to change it this year. The pool's already got water in it. You know what I mean? But I ended up just cutting another pool liner, like, and then getting water concrete cement.
Actually, what we
water
should do,
cement.
what we
whatever,
should do
so
next
cool.
time, we should get a tarp.
Yeah.
Do the tarp first, then do the pool liner over it.
What do you mean?
Put a tarp down first, like a tarp
Oh, underneath the pool.
underneath the no.
Yeah,
no,
underneath the liner.
The liner.
Yeah.
You'll never have a leak.
Right, but the leaks actually are coming on the sides.
Rob, how old is that?
Well, the
outside?
aluminum's got to go.
Yeah.
The aluminum has to go. The aluminum's like it's as thin as your beer can. You know what I'm saying?
We could do that, right? I've done that.
I'm like the kid. You know, here's the problem. If the kids
Nobody
were
uses
younger,
it, yeah.
nobody
Nobody
uses the fucking pool. So
I think me and you use it.
Yeah,
more than anything.
right. So I mean, you know, like the kids last year, they really fucking got me. They were like, yeah, we, you know, it's all right, because I told them we were so busy with shit. I was like, we're not opening the pool till later. I'm not gonna have it for Memorial Day weekend.
I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, it'll be later. And then all of a sudden they were like, what? The pool's not gonna be open? What are you kidding me? I was like, okay, I'll rush putting the liner in and doing all that other shit because I know I need the liner and all that.
I was here for that too.
Yeah. So I put the whole fucking pool together with you and everything else. We put the
It
pool
was me,
together.
you, and Charlotte.
Yep. We had the pool running, everything was good, and now one of those motherfuckers went in that pool
We
for
did.
a month.
We did.
Yo, for a month they weren't in that pool. I was like, yo, you guys could look out your windows and see the beautiful pool with the beautiful new liner, everything working fine, and you guys are still not using it. You know what? I fucked up this year. I didn't bring the pump in. I didn't bring the electric pump in. I'm gonna have to take that. I'm gonna take it in tomorrow, and I'm gonna dose it down with WD-40, like the pump, the motor itself. Luckily, we haven't had bad snow.
You should actually just put a tarp, like.
I should have, dude. I should have, could have, would have on so many
Yeah.
things in my life, and you know that's just part of like one of them. And honestly, I didn't think about it till now.
We should actually take the pool down and get a hot tub.
Yeah, you could do that too. But I seriously.
Oh,
It's
here he
Brucey!
comes. Here comes the maniac. Oh my God, Brooke, are you drunk?
I heard him upstairs. How's he feeling?
Bruce.
He's better.
What's the matter? You sick? What, you
Bark!
sick?
Yeah, he was in the doctor's the other day.
Aw.
Bark!
Hey, Brucey,
I can smell you too.
you look good, Bruce.
You're so fat.
Yeah.
Alright, he's 32 pounds.
Wow, he was 24 last time.
Yeah,
Bro, 24. He went from 24 to 32 in a month.
in 2 weeks.
Oh.
Watch how tall he gets now.
Holy
He's
shit.
fat.
Yo, he's gonna be big, bro.
He's gonna
be
pulling your car down.
Once he hits that 50 mark, there's no stopping now. No stopping.
They usually cut out like 65.
Yeah. Well, yo, to do that in 2 weeks?
You won't be able to pick him up after that.
Holy shit.
I can barely pick him up now. He's fat.
Holy shit.
He's alright, though.
He's a wow.
He's gonna be a big dog, I'm telling you.
Once he hits that 50 mark, bro.
And he didn't even grow yet.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he like every time she brings him back, like when he comes back from Dimitri's house, I'm sitting there, I'm like, did you get bigger? I'm like, it looks like he got bigger. Like, you know what I'm saying? And shit like
Well,
that.
last week I was like, wow. I was like, damn, he grew.
Yeah, I haven't seen him like 3 days this week so far because he went to the doctors and then they said that he couldn't be around dogs for like 24, 48 hours because he was taking pills
Oh.
because he had some kind of lung infection because he was hawking like he sounded like he had like the croup or some shit like what the kids have when they're young.
They have it's called kennel cough.
Yeah, some.
No, it's not. Kennel cough could kill him. No, I don't want that to happen.
No, it was he had something, but they were giving him big tablet medicines. I guess they were antibiotics, and they had to crush him up in his food. And he's a horse, so he eats anything. So he couldn't come here to be around Cooper for 2 days. Like, so. Oh yeah, that's what I said. I said that. I was like, oh, that's a shame. Cooper gets a break. What? This dog doesn't trample him. You know what I mean? Like what was it? 4 days ago, I let them out, and I was she was out working, and I was watching him, and I was like, damn, I was like, I gotta let this dog out before he pisses on everything, right? So I let Cooper out, and you know, of course, Bruce has come running after him, jump on him, and Cooper now is small compared to that dog. So Cooper tries to bite at his neck, and Bruce just stood there like this, like, serious? Serious. I'm about to jump right on top of you.
All Cooper has to do is bite his you know what?
Yeah.
Bruce would never bother him again.
Right. But
I had a black lab pit bull I rescued,
yeah.
and the Chihuahua did that to him.
Mhm.
Yo, he was scared of every dog that he walked.
Oh,
with.
it's true. I was a little vicious
Yo,
motherfucker.
It was so crazy. I was like, yo, you're a big ass dog. Why don't you chomp on him? And
Yeah.
He wouldn't.
Yeah.
Bro, but I did not trust him around the kids.
No.
I was like, yo, he was a good dog,
Yeah.
and Autumn and Maya were around.
Yeah.
They were, he was good with them,
Yeah.
but I didn't trust him around any other kids.
Well, that's why we gotta like still feel out Bruce too about that. You know, he's a great dog. He don't bite. He likes to play, bite.
But the thing is, he was a black lab pit bull mixed.
Right.
I don't know where he came from. We
Right.
rescued him.
Right.
Whatever,
Well, it's just like
shelter,
with
yeah.
Cooper. Like Cooper, you couldn't trust Cooper around kids. Like our kids, yeah, but like other kids, if they start putting their hands in his
Yeah.
face or something, he would tear them up. You know,
I
and
just
he was
finished-
just fucking stupid.
And the day he ate my table leg, I was like, "You're done. You're out now."
That's what he does. He chews, but that's
and
why
I,
we.
and I exactly what I did. I was like, he ate the whole bottom of the table leg, like
Yeah.
the whole, like my table was going like this.
Right.
I was like, I'm like, how did you chew through that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was like, you're done. And then he went over to this, he lived with a lady in Staten Island. She was like 80 something years old. The dog, he was the best dog for her.
Well, we had that what was it? That Rottweiler, Hershey mix with the, I forgot what it was mixed with, but he grew so fast and so big, we couldn't even, bro. It was just crazy. Like waking up to human shit plus, like it was huge dumps everywhere, eating everything. So luckily, we call it. They were looking for a dog with Dina's cousins in Pennsylvania. Were looking for a dog for the farm, for the barn. They already had a dog, but they wanted another dog, a big dog, and you know he was a Rottweiler, so he was a mix though. He wasn't a full, and we were like, listen, we have a dog, So Artie called them up, and they live in where are they? Stroudsburg, East Stroudsburg, or whatever, and they were like, we have a dog that we don't want to bring him back to the shelter where we got him from.
Yeah.
And so she was like, what kind of dog, this and that? And I was like, I think he's only a year or two old. She was like, yeah, bring him up here. She's like, yeah. She goes, that kind of dog, that young? Yeah, bring him up.
You could train him.
Yeah. So we brought him up, and, luckily they took him, and we didn't have to deal with that. And, he was a great dog, but we couldn't, that was when we had the house up here on 40th Street up the block. He was a great dog, but we had the house size for him, but like,
But the problem is you don't have the yard.
yeah,
But,
we
you don't
don't.
have
We
that-
definitely didn't have the yard.
Running space.
Yeah, in that dog that one fucking day, bro. I blew up one of those big Indotech bulls in the backyard, right? And that's the ones like you just have the ring that fills with air. And I blew it up. It was a big pool because we had a big part back there that we used. And he jumped into the pool with me while I was in the pool. I was like, all right, cool. And then he bit the liner, inside liner. He bit the inside liner and bit a hole through the middle of it. And the minute he bit through the liner, the pool exploded because it let it go of everything. So the rush of water, luckily the cellar doors were closed. The rush of water, I grabbed the dog, and I had the dog in my lap, and we went and we slid down the driveway. Bro, almost like halfway. Bro, I had cuts all over my back and my sides. I was all cut up from the gravel. But the rush of all the water, because we were on a little incline, all that fucking rush, dude, I got in the house, I was bleeding all over the place. I was like, the dog's done. I was like, that's it. I was like, that's it.
I had a full rider. I had a German Rottweiler when I lived on 3rd Street,
Yeah.
2nd Street.
It's beautiful though. Dogs are beautiful. Like when they get
Bro.
full size and shit, it's beautiful.
He would kick me out of my own bed.
Yeah.
Like he just he'll push against the wall and just like push his whole body. I'm like,
Right.
yo, you're an asshole. I'd be
Yeah.
like, you're an asshole.
And then they'll growl at you like you're
and
trying
they'll
to
be
move
like,
them.
yo, yeah. I'd be like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Give you one kick out of the fucking bed.
I'm like, I'll grab his tail and I'd be like, I'll grab his jaw and I'd be like, come here. And he'll be like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're not gonna do anything.
Right.
I said, but if he bit me, I would have done it.
Yeah.
But he never attacked me.
Yeah.
He attacked Nikki.
With Dushinsky? I think everything attacks Nikki Dushinsky.
I told him not to put his hands in my car.
Yeah.
And he went to pet him because he knew Goliath.
Yeah.
And I guess because he was in the car
Yeah.
and he got a nip here,
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, he nipped him, telling him to stay out, basically.
But it was like so protective of the car.
Right. Well, he's protective where he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
it's
when I put him down vets and everybody was coming around, he was fine. He let everybody pet him. Everybody could pet him, except for one kid. He was like, "Arr, arr, arr."
he probably
was like-
sensed or smelled
I was
something
like,
on the kid that.
Yo.
Whoa!
I was like, do not come near this dog. I'm like, yo.
You see that shit?
I was like, he's gonna break through the chain and he's gonna break through the chain and kill you.
Dogs are just like anybody else. They like and they don't like people. You know
I
what
was
I'm
like,
saying?
yo, I don't know what you. I said, you never even met this dog. Like, he's not even liking you.
Did I even lose my mic? No, mic's on.
I was like, and he liked everybody. Like,
Right.
He liked everybody. Except for my roommate Bruce at the time.
What Bruce?
Bruce Anderson.
Oh,
When I lived with the kid that I knew. He went right through. I had a chain on him. He
Mhm.
broke the chain, went right through the chair. Bruce
Oh,
picked
shit.
up the chair, and he just went right through the chair and got him. I was like, thank God his head got stuck in that chair. Then I had to break the chair apart. I'm like trying to break the chair apart around his head.
I wonder, like sometimes, like when we talk about old people or old names, like people we grew up with, like I wonder where the hell they are. Especially when you know, I don't look for people on Facebook and shit, but
Oh, me either.
you know, there's a lot of people like I used to talk to and shit that I don't, you know.
Like
you
that
don't
kid
wonder.
that used to hang out uptown. Remember he used to hang out uptown and Dave Sharkey used to try to beat him up all the time? The kid with the glasses? On 47th Street, he used to jump the fence all the time.
Dave Shark used to chase so many people.
No, it was one kid that they did not like. And he used to try to hang out with us.
I don't remember.
And he used to jump, in that little park area. He jumped the fence and Dave would chase him down the block. I'm like, Dave, the kid didn't do nothing. He's like, I don't like him. I don't care. I don't like him.
There was a couple of people. I probably remember. I just
can't
don't
remember the kid's
remember
name.
them. Yeah. There's been so many people like growing up, like even now, like some people like I know that people were made fun of or punked in the days. Like I see them on Facebook and shit, and I'm like, captain in the U.S. Army. I'm like, oh shit.
Thanks to us.
Yeah, I'm like, damn. I mean, I think we had a little bit of getting you there. Let me fix this mic a little better.
I thought it was Danny Gear, but Danny Gear never hung out.
No, Danny Gear never. Danny Gear was always, he was cool. He's still cool, you know?
I still talk to him.
Yeah, I talk to him too. He don't talk as much as he used to talk. Like,
Well, he's going through a lot of.
right. It is what it is. Everybody goes through some shit.
He's always working at night.
Yeah.
And when I work at night, I call him.
He was doing volunteer shit too, and crap. So he was doing two things, like, you know what I mean? I know Pat does that sometimes too. When he works, he's the paramedic, and then he does the volunteer shit. And just like, you know, like a lot of people volunteer to be volunteer firefighters. You know what I mean? You're volunteering your time. You're an actual firefighter, but you're just you don't get
Some
paid.
places in Jersey, yeah. Some places in Jersey have that. That you're a volunteer firefighter, and they're like EMTs or real firefighters somewhere else.
Yeah.
But as soon as that alarm goes off, you gotta be there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like you gotta live right near, like a mile, not even half a mile away from that firehouse.
My friend, for what I did the shirts for the Nutley, my friend lives up there, close to the firehouse, and every so once in a while when he's on shift, like they're not on, they have enough firefighters up there, but the volunteer squad, if they are on as volunteers, and if it's like a 3-alarm fire or some shit, they gotta be there.
Like
So-
what's his name?
They drive their car to the fire, and they
Like the guy, Bill.
right.
He's
Oh
a-
yeah, Bill from the Boulevard. Yeah.
He's a volunteer.
Yeah.
But he
But he volunteered in everything. Volunteered in that EMT.
but
that-
he's certified in all them
Yeah, and the auxiliary police too.
Yeah.
That was when Bayonne had the auxiliary police at one
Yeah.
time. You know, and they drove around in an AUX car.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, imagine being a real cop and be like, oh, here they come. Here comes
They
the
never-
aux.
But they never really bothered anybody. Like
No,
like,
they did traffic.
Yeah,
They
they
did
just
traffic.
patrolled the like vets or like the parks.
Yeah, or you see them directing
Yeah.
traffic and shit. I remember that back in the day. It was like a couple cars. My dad used to be like, they'd be like, oh, be careful, watch out, here they come. They can't arrest you. They got to call a real cop.
But a lot of people, like even Bill, the guy's great. Love that guy.
Yeah. He's a good guy. He's a good
It's,
dude.
it's like he'll do anything for anybody.
Right, right. No, he's just generally a
Yeah.
good guy. Yeah, yeah. He's a good guy. He had they had the what was that, like the Hudson County Rescue Squad or something?
Yes.
That was what they were. Yeah, because
I
it's the
think he
same.
still does.
Yeah, the Masons. They have the
Oh.
no, the Masons have the was it like the Hudson County Fire canteen and all that, the relief thing and shit like that. They have the same thing. You know what I mean? Well, it's not Masons, but a lot of the Masons are on that.
Well, I remember driving. We were driving up, and Bill was like, "Follow me." It was me and Anthony, and we were following him. And there was a car accident, and he pulled over. So I was like, "What do we do?" And he was like, "Well, we gotta follow him. I don't know where he actually lives."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we pulled over, and he got out of the car and like took everything out of his car. I was like, "Wow, your poppers is like amazing." Like
Yeah.
he was the first one on the scene. He's seen the accident.
You know what? It's good. Like if you are,
Like
you know, the whole deal. Like it's hard. Like you think that, especially like when something like that, right? So say if you're life or death, like you're the only one person standing in front of, you know, the Grim Reaper taking
Yeah.
you, right? You know what I'm saying? And if you are that, like you are beyond trained to do stuff like that, you know, that's like something like if, you know, I would be afraid because, you know, even though if I was trained, but I wasn't a true EMT or a paramedic or something like that, and I came on the scene, because, you know, you're not really protected by your job or anything else, and be like, you know, if you save the person's life, kudos to you. You know what I'm saying? Of course, people are going to know you for doing that, but God forbid if something happens.
he goes like this. I've been on so many of these. He goes, I'm so used to it. He goes, I take classes every month on it.
Oh, yeah, no, they got to go.
Yeah,
There's
he's like-
things all the
he's
time.
like,
Yeah.
I'm in that class every month.
I would love, like, I always wanted to, like, get involved more into that stuff like that, but I don't have the time. And, you know, I can't, like, I barely have the time for myself. And it's like, I don't have the time. I don't even have time to go back to the Masons Lodge to do anything. I can't even volunteer because I don't know where I'm going to be. Do you know what I'm
I
saying?
remember pulling up when he had the house up on off of 78.
Mhm.
He had 3 trucks, 2 cars. I'm like, oh, what the hell's going on?
Right.
He's like, I got all the sirens. He's hooking everything up. I'm
Yeah.
like, like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm hooking up my new truck. Now he's back here in Bayonne.
Well, it's like, I don't, like, even for them, like, I know that they still, even though, like, they're doing this stuff.
And I think he still does it.
Yeah, I don't think they could use the red and blue lights anymore, though. They can,
No, he never used red and blue. He used, it was,
orange, right?
yeah, orange and yellow.
Yeah, because like I even said something like to
But he has all the stickers.
right, yeah, I said something because I was in Staten Island and I was driving and I heard like sirens, so I like was turning. I didn't see any ambulance or fire truck. I didn't see nothing. Right, I didn't see nothing, and I made the turn to go up a block and this car cut me off. It was a minivan and it had lights in the back of the minivan with a light in the front, red and blues. And I was like, bro, I was like, who the fuck is this dude cutting me off in a minivan, bro? Like, this is definitely not a cop, bro. I pulled up. That shit wasn't a cop. It was one of those private, police, like the Jewish people have their own security and force. It was one of them, and it had the Jewish stickers on the side. And it said security. I was like, bro, I was like, but it was small. It was on the bottom, and I was like. So this dude is being a cop? Like, why is he rushing to? What is he rushing to? Like, yo, you could. I didn't even see you coming. Like, I didn't even see you, bro. And you got like, you know, you got the whoop
No,
whoops.
see, that's wrong.
You can't
That's
can't.
impersonating a cop.
Yeah, you bro. Like, I understand.
they
Like,
have-
maybe your religion allows you to do something like that, but yo,
They have so many laws over
Yo,
here. They're
if
not
you-
allowed to do that.
if a cop wants to, bro, that is impersonating 100%. Do you know what I'm saying? 100%, bro. And you know, I guess your religion can protect you from getting away with that, but yo, I couldn't do that shit. Red or blue on mine. Yo, you ever watch these videos on YouTube with them pulling over people, like kids that are trying to be cops or whatever?
There was a guy that pulled over people and was like raping them.
Yeah.
And he had red and blues and he had a badge and everything.
Yeah.
He was impersonating a cop.
Yeah.
He's in jail.
Bro, I watch those videos, bro. I have them set up on my. That's like one of my top things, like the impersonating police shit and stuff. Like, remember that dude DeWitt, that guy that was in Florida? He was a funeral director, funeral thing. You gotta look him up, man. His name is DeWitt, and he has this security company, and they do mostly funeral escorts. And this guy believes he's a cop. He believes he's a cop, and bro, he has the whoop whoop, he has the lights, he has all this shit, and he fights with the police, and it's hilarious. And the cops are like, bro, you are not a cop. Stop. You're like, you know, he's like, I'm not a cop, I'm this and that, but I was this, and he's a pathological liar. And first he says he's in the military, he dresses up like, oh, dude, it's crazy.
Oh, and I hate them people.
Bro, they have, yeah, bro, you get them all the time, like trying to get discounts and shit like that. And, you know, I watch, there's some guy on YouTube, you should look him up. He's a sniper. He's a Don Shipley. Yo, you look him up, Don Shipley, sniper. What he does is that Navy SEAL sniper. He's a real Navy SEAL, and he's what he does is he does shit for the government, like, you know, he does tons of shit. Yeah. But his main thing is
catching fake military.
Catching fake Navy SEALs. And because, like, you know, wearing the tridents, you know, a Navy SEAL is like one of the top of the Navy. Like, you are like Green Beret kind of shit of, like, you know, you are the top. And, like, he will go and, like, when people say that I'm a Navy SEAL trying to get a job, this and that, and the minute they say Navy SEAL, they call down Shipley. And they say to him, listen, we have a guy that's trying to get a job. He says he's a Navy SEAL. He is WD-14 or 12 or whatever it is. Looks like it's made up, it's fake, or some shit like that. Can you please look him up? Yo, his YouTube videos are funny as fuck. Because he calls them. And he'll be like, hey, what's going on? I'm just verifying your contacts. Yeah, man, do you know what class you went to BUD/S? You know, the training stick for them. And they're like, yeah, I went to BUD/S in 1982. It was like class 123. Okay, hold on a sec. Let me look. Hey, guy, do you know that class 123 graduated in 1992? Do you want to try again? What do you mean? Do you want to give me a different date or a different class? You know, you're saying you're a Navy SEAL, so I want to verify it. Like, you know, this and that. I'd be like, no, I'm sorry, no, I actually was 92. I was on this one. You go, okay, I'm looking at the class right now, the graduating class. Boy, I know like 3 of these guys. You're not there. Let me look you up. I was in the Navy, this and that. Okay, hold on, this and that. He has the rights, like, to go into the Navy thing and to do the shit. So he looks over and goes, yeah, you were on a boat.
Cleaning the bathrooms.
I don't see you Navy SEAL. Yeah, you want to try again? You want to tell me one more time that you're a Navy SEAL? Listen, all right, well, do you know who you're talking to? You're talking to Don Shipley, Navy SEAL, class 121 BUD/S. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's so good, man. He's so good. Like, do you want to?
It's like ridiculous. Like, they buy their shit out of friggin' Army Navy stores and they think they're like military and they put patches on.
Right.
I watch videos all the time. I'm like, the guy's like, oh, your flag's upside down. No, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm a Marine. I know your flag's upside down.
Yeah.
It's on the wrong shoulder.
Yeah.
No, it's not. They're like, where did you graduate from?
Yeah.
And they're like, he's like, no.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah. A lot of times they're like, let me see your DD-214, or let me see your ID. Let me see this and that. Where were you stationed at? What are you doing? This and that. All this other crap and things like that. And yo, it's more of the fact of being a sickness, like, for people trying to be somebody that they're actually not. Like, instead of just being yourself and being good at yourself, then being, you know, bad at somebody else's kind of idea, and especially when people
fought for this country.
Right, when people fought and died and
died
shit,
for this
and then they come back here and they get treated like
Yeah.
shit. Like you know, like my father tells me stories all the time when they came back from Vietnam. Like you know, he was like, you don't even know what the fuck went over in Vietnam, what we did and what we had to go through. He was like, my lungs are fucked up from the goddamn Agent Orange that they sprayed on top of us. He says going up a Ho Chi Minh's trail where the fuck were. He was like, and then, he was like, I almost died. He says, my gun jammed. He says, and luckily the guy that was behind me blew the guy's head off. He was like, he says, the M16, how many times I've shot it, didn't jam. All of a sudden this time it decided to jam on me. He was like, and he was like, the shit that we go through. He says, and then we came back here, and they were cursing at us, spitting at us. He was like, you come back, and we got all these hippie lovers. He's like, peace man, and all this other shit, while we were out there shooting and killing people. He goes, you think about it, we shouldn't even have been there. It was basically a war state of being policing.
Yeah, my Uncle Frankie.
Yeah, and he was like, you come back, he goes, now I have a lifetime of shit that I have to deal with, lungs and all that crap. And then that goes to another thing too. Like I probably shouldn't even say it on the thing though, but whatever. The whole pharmaceutical thing, the whole thing it's such a fucking scam. And like they try to, like, even for like person is my father's age, like, and his lung condition, right? So basically what the government, I'm not going to say government, let's just put it the powers that be, right? What they want from you is they want you to work all your life, they want you to amass a fortune, and they want to take it from you at the end of the day.
Yep.
And not only take it from you at the end of the day as taxes and shit, but then when you get old and you need health care, they want your money. Do you know what I'm saying? And they want it all because they know what you got. Unless you're hiding shit under your bed in a cardboard box.
It's like when you put your parents in like a home.
All right, what do they have?
Yep, sign off.
No,
Right.
No, not at all.
Unless you want to pay out of pocket for.
I'll pay out of pocket.
My dad's treatment is $2,000 a month for his lungs, and like he said, I can't afford it. He goes because we were talking about the breathing machine, the CPAP, and because now he was like, bro, he says, can you believe how old I am? He goes, and now all of a sudden they're gonna tell me I need to go for a sleep study. He goes, a sleep study after how many fucking years?
I got a CPAP machine at home.
Yeah.
I'll give it to him.
Yeah, well, it's
All he needs is new hoses.
yeah, and well, it depends on. See, the new machines they have Wi-Fi hookup. So what it does is that yep, monitoring. Yep.
Mine does too.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, because this
but
one
it has a card. You just bring it to your doctor.
No, this one has the doctors can watch you from the house. If you have Wi-Fi, it automatically updates to their website.
No, I don't have that one.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy as shit.
I'll bring it over. I'll show you. It's probably $4,500.
Right.
Like you could send it back. I was like, no, my insurance paid for it. I'm not sending it back.
Yeah, why should you? Yeah.
I said I never used it. I used it twice.
If-
You know what
if-
happened to the mask? It was on the floor.
Well,
Bro.
the mess dries up and it gets brittle. And
Bro,
shit.
I had the nose one. I had the mouth one. I had
It was like the top of the line ones. I'm like, yo, these shits don't work.
I think my anxiety would go crazy if I had a mask on my face. I don't think I could sleep like that.
That's not even the worst part.
Yeah.
The worst part is going to get the test in the
Yeah,
hospital.
right. Or do it at home.
Because that's a finger one. If it don't read, you have to go to the hospital. They never tell you that.
Is it a finger one? But they say there's a mask on it.
No, it's a finger one.
Yeah.
And you put it in your finger,
Yeah.
and you hook a wrist thing up to you, and it reads your.
Oh, just like the shit on the wrist
Yeah.
at nighttime. Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Right.
So if it doesn't work for you, then you have to go to the hospital
Right.
and get a sleep study.
Yeah.
Bro, that sleep study, 2 hours.
Yeah.
The guy's like, all right, you gotta go to bed. I'm like, it's 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a longshoreman.
Yeah.
I don't go to bed till 12,
Yeah.
1 o'clock.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, but you're not gonna get a full night's sleep. I was like, I haven't had a full night's sleep since I'm 10 years old.
Right.
They're like, he's like, what do you mean? I was like, dude,
Well, people don't realize, like, there's no such thing as an 8 hour sleep, bro. I'm sorry.
Guys never get 8 hours sleep.
No, I'm lucky if I get 6.
Yeah.
I'll be lucky. I set my clock, like, I set the sleep thing on this thing for 6.5 hours. If I rarely even get to 6.5 hours. If I get 5 hours of decent sleep,
there's sometimes I get 3.
yeah.
I can go to bed at 10 and be up by like 12:30, 1
Bro,
o'clock.
we're the unhealthiest motherfuckers.
And then I go to work the next
Yeah.
day. They're like, did you sleep last night? I was like,
No.
I think the whole East Coast is the most unhealthiest motherfuckers because or just this area of New York City, New Jersey, all this tri-state.
No, my
area.
thing is, I think it's because when I was younger, I used to hang out all night, go to work, hang out all night, go to work, hang out all night, go to work.
Yeah, but we hustled the shit. That's.
But I always went to work.
Right, but we hustled the shit, and we did so many nighters. We hung out, did so many like parties, and then went to work the next day with no sleep. So
It's like, dude, my
What?
body's used to it.
yeah, once you get into the once you all right, so you haven't done it in a long time, right? But then all of a sudden you do it again, and it's like your body's like, oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah.
Hey, you're like, you're getting older. Can you stop? You know what I mean?
But I know, like, even my uncles, they would go to bed at 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock at night, and be up at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right,
I'm like, what are you doing up?
right.
And they're like, oh, I'm used to it.
Yeah, but you think about all the strain, like the strain that we put on our hearts and everything else doing that shit, bro. At the end of the day, you know what I mean?
It's crazy because
Killing yourself from the inside.
my uncle Walter worked. I remember growing up, he worked two jobs and went to school, and he would go take a nap, get up, work another job, take a nap, work another job, go to school. I'm like,
Yeah, it was
I'm like-
that was the hustle. That's the
Yeah.
hustle. You know what I'm saying? And like now, like I don't mind. Like I said, I love working. I don't care about. I love to go to work, and I love
and
doing
that's,
this shit.
and
keep
that's
doing
where
stuff.
I think I learned it from because I
Yeah.
never had my father was never around,
Yeah,
so I think I learned it from like my uncle Walter. It's like, oh, I could do this.
Yeah.
I could go to sleep 2 hours and get up.
of course. Yeah.
That's
Back
what
then
I was,
we had Jolt too.
No, I was doing it. I was doing it up to 3 years ago, doing the lines for the ships.
Oh, yeah,
Like, yo,
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't do this shit anymore, man.
Well, that's the same thing
I was
with
like-
me. Like 50, 60 hours a week, bro. I was like, I can't do it no more.
No, it wasn't even like that. It was like my body was shutting down like 8 o'clock in the morning. I
Right.
get it at 6 o'clock. I'm like, yo, I need to sleep.
Right. Well, that's me
Then-
too. Yeah.
Then I'll tell my boss. I'll be like, yo, I can't do lines anymore. He's
Right.
like, what do you mean? I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Right.
I was like, my body's not built for like.
What was
this
that? 3
anymore.
hours on, 3 hours off shit.
No, I would go tie up, ship up at 2 o'clock. He'd be like, oh, I'll be here at 6. So I get home 2 o'clock. I'm not going to sleep.
Right. Can't. See, you're already
I'm
wired.
wide awake.
Wired. Yeah.
Gotta take a shower.
The
Work-
shower. Fuck that. That wakes you
Yeah.
up even more.
But as soon as I went near the water, I had to take a shower. It
Right.
was like-
Well, it's assault. Yeah.
No, it was even that. I don't even think it was that. It was like I'll take a shower before I go to work.
Yeah.
As soon as I get back, and I'm like, yo, this is disgusting. I need to take a shower.
Right. Well, the smell off the fish. It depends. You know.
And it's like, and they'd be like, what are you doing? You just took a shower before you went. I'm like, yeah, but now I need to take a shower after.
Yeah, because you smell like the dirtiest catch.
Yeah. And she's like, but you just went to work. You were there for an hour. I'm like, I feel dirty.
Right.
And then I'll wake myself up. I'm like, here we go.
I should-
I'll be there. I'll be there for another 12 hours. I'll be like, oh, I'm not doing
Bro,
it.
when I get into like this week, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Once the storm hit, and then we were working the storm, which was a fucking nightmare of a day to work. Thank God it wasn't that bad, but it was a nightmare to work. Yo, once the storm hit, bro, I swear to God, I came home, did whatever, went to sleep. I didn't take a shower for like 3 days. I was so tired, beat up, bro, that thinking about, all right, I got to take the different car tomorrow because my bobsled won't get me to work because I'll get somewhere. The first day of the storm, when I was even driving that little red car to work, I was sliding all over the place because remember, it wasn't deep enough for them to plow. Like people complaining, they're like, they're not plowing. There's nothing for them to plow. They're gonna damage their trucks. Plowing that shit,
You
you
come down my block and you
yeah.
Yeah.
Not even talking about the damage of the streets. Now they dug up so many streets, like just for the construction, and there's metal plates everywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful when you plow. And when the problem was that there was like half an inch of water mix like slush. Then on top of that, it snowed. So it was like even that little red car, bro. The braking system, the ABS thing, whatever was working the entire time going to work. Like I was like, God forbid, like imagine if I took the Audi, I would have just drove. All I had to do was drive real fast on Avenue C, hit the brakes, and just slid all the way to the bridge, bro. Because there was no way that I was stopping anywhere. And
Imagine my Pathfinder. My Pathfinder has bolt tires on the front. Bro, I went around the turn on 40th Street.
That's
I was like,
dangerous, bro. Yeah, but
was
see,
like-
that's even with your 4-wheel drive assist and all that shit.
But
bro,
it catches. It catches.
It
all the time.
catches, but you know what? Those
It's only
banana
the outside
skins-
though. It's only the outside.
Yeah, but you know what? Those outsides is where that grips when
Yeah.
you're losing it. You wait for it to grip the inside, was where you get your traction back. But the Audi has decent tires on the front and it has no.
My
fucking
friend Bobby
traction.
goes. A mechanic at work. He was like, "Yo, your alignment's off." I'm like, "Dude, I have my alignment set every time I get the freaking tires done."
It's just there's something with that car.
Yeah, I was like,
Something with
this,
that
he
car.
goes, "I have a Honda." He goes, he has a Toyota. He goes, "My Toyota is the same way."
Yeah, there's something with that car.
He
It's
goes-
just the front end. Something's
Yep.
wrong with that
He
front
goes,
end.
he goes,
The car might be off a little bit, and then
I'm like, dude, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Ever since I had that car.
right. I mean, you would really have to actually look at the tone camber and all that shit that when they print that out to you and see how much plus and negatives and shit like that. It
Well, I have
falls
that on my
into.
car.
On what car?
On the Pathfinder, I could do it on my my screen.
No, I know, but I'm saying when they rack it, when they put it on the rack and they actually give you those numbers, then you could take it and say, well, listen, it's 23 plus camber on this side, but this side is fine. Then you know that there's a problem.
But it's both sides. It's not
Oh,
just
it's both
one.
sides.
It's both sides. It's
Oh.
not just one side. It's both sides.
It's weird though, like with 4-wheel drives, they seem to wear it differently. But like even with the
I said what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy the most expensive knobby tires.
but then your drive's gonna be like,
What I drive 4 minutes.
oh, well, you mean to work, yeah. But say if you had to drive it on a highway, you'd be fucking shooting yourself.
No, my cousin has knobbies on his Jeep. He
Yeah.
goes, I don't even hear it.
What, like a Wrangler?
He has a Jeep. No, not a Wrangler. The with the what is that? The Jeep, the 4-door with the bed. What's that Jeep called?
Rubicon?
I don't know. The one with the bed. I don't know what it's called.
I don't know. Either. There's so many of them.
But he has knobbies. He goes, I don't even hear it anymore.
Really? You don't get hear no noise and shit like that? It's crazy.
He goes, I don't hear it. The guy at work has one. He goes, I don't hear nothing.
When I changed the tires on Suburban and I put the thick they're not 4-wheel drive tires, but they were aggressive tires like for snow and shit like that. I heard it. Like it went when we had when I bought the Suburban originally, it came with like driving tires. It didn't come with 4-wheel drive tires, and they were like when you were driving it sounded like a car. And I was like, all right, cool. And then when we went to like Pennsylvania and shit, and we were going like camping and all that crap, like car didn't get stuck ever, but it had more of a harder time driving. So when I had to replace the tires, I replaced them with a little aggressive 4-wheel drive tire, which was really a lot of tread on them, which actually probably stayed on the car for 8 years afterwards. But when I first got them and I was driving them, bro, all you heard is oh, like you're on the highway, it's like
But see,
oh,
that wouldn't even bother me because I don't hear that.
right,
Like I wouldn't hear that
yeah,
because I work in a machine, so it's like
yeah,
I don't even hear the radio that's right here.
right.
Like it's full blast. I don't even hear it.
Well, yeah, he's zone out.
They're
He's
like,
zone
they're
out.
like, Keith, pick it up. I'm like, are you calling me?
Yeah,
They're
That's
like,
like-
yeah. I'm like, I didn't hear the radio. I'm like, so I adjusted the volume. I'm like, wait, this is all the way up. I'm like, am I that tone?
no, it's just you probably block it out. Like I do it too sometimes. Like I'm at work too, and I'll have the phone with me, and somebody's trying to call me to go for an outage or something else, and I'm already working, doing something. Like I'm already in something. Like I'm doing something, and I'm not paying attention. Or I didn't hear it. Like and then I look down, I see missed call. Then I get an email that people are trying to call me, and I'm like, okay, take it easy, relax. I'm not sitting in the truck looking at the sky. I'm working, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like maybe I didn't hear the phone seriously, and this and sometimes because I have to have like something going at the same time. So normally I'm listening to a podcast or some shit while I'm working. So like Joe Rogan's podcasts are like 4 hours long. So while I'm working, I listen to the Joe Rogan like an episode. Like Thursday I was listening to the Aaron Rodgers episode. So the entire thing was like 3 hours and something. So I'm up there going from spot to spot, and I'm turning like the 3-hour episode. I didn't even listen to the entire thing, the whole 8 hours of working. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like I got to do that and then work at the same time and try to keep my mind going.
I
Like,
have people sit there all day and talk on a podcast.
yeah, but did you see his new contract though? Joe Rogan got like another. They gave him like another 120 million Spotify for I love his podcast. I love his podcast.
I never really listened to.
Yo, you got like if you're gonna like listen to a Joe Rogan podcast, listen to the one with Aaron Rodgers. It just happened. It was like 4 episodes ago or something like that, and they're talking football and this and that. Aaron Rodgers is such a cool guy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's a great guy.
Bro, he was talking on his podcast, and he says, and they were like, Joe was like, yo, so happy, man. He goes, I bought tickets to come see you on the first Jets game. And Aaron goes, well, you know how that ended up. And he goes, and he starts laughing. Joe starts laughing. He goes, bro. He goes, seriously. He goes, yeah. He goes, I got 3 snaps. He goes, I got into the 4th. He says, and I felt the back of my fucking leg. He goes, I felt that rip, that tear.
Well, look at Dre Greenlaw.
Yeah.
He ran onto the field.
Yeah.
And he did it.
Yeah, well, yeah, he tripped over his foot or some shit. But check this out. So then Aaron was talking.
ACL tear.
Yeah. So he was talking about it, and he was like, yeah. He says, I was rushing to. He says I was getting all this this medical. He says I was getting stem cells. I was getting all this other stuff so that I could like get back into the game, like so that we could, hopefully have a chance. He was like, playing, because I'm not talking bad about the other quarterbacks and stuff. He says, but and Joe was like, oh, you know the game better than probably anybody. And Aaron was like, yeah, I do. He goes, and he was like, I was trying, and then they were just tanking left and right. And then I said to myself, it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
He goes, why am I rushing to get back in it? The team is tanking. He goes, and, okay, you could blame me for, for not being there. He goes, but it's a team effort. And I was on the sidelines working with, Zach. He says, I was constantly doing stuff. He says, but I can't train you to be an Aaron Rodgers. He goes, I can't train you to be me.
Yeah.
You're yourself. So all the years of football and the stuff that I know and all the other stuff and little cheats and this and that from whatever, he goes, I can't teach you that. You got to learn that yourself, bro. Oh, it was such a good podcast. But then they start talking about everything. Like they go into like space aliens and Aaron Rodgers is the conspiracy person. Like if you want to he is funny to listen to, bro. Because
that's like they're saying Brock Purdy is not a good quarterback. I'm like,
Brock Purdy is a good quarterback. Here's the problem though. People. San Francisco's got so many weapons on that.
that's the problem.
That's the problem. So here's the deal.
People want the ball more.
Right.
How you gonna pass the ball more to Debo, Brandon Ayuk?
Right. You have
Kittle,
so many people.
Juszczyk.
You have so many people in San Francisco. You have so many weapons for Purdy. He has so many options, bro. They're saying because of those options, it makes Purdy a good quarterback. Okay. There was other quarterbacks in that same position before Purdy there.
Yeah.
Okay, we could talk about Garoppolo, right?
He had the same weapons.
He had the same weapons basically. I mean, he had what's his name?
He had Debo Samuel. He had Brandon Ayuk. He had George Kittle. He had Juan Jennings. He had Juszczyk.
And McCaffrey came with Purdy though, right? McCaffrey came with Purdy. So
McCaffrey came
the last year of Garoppolo. It was
he came actually the middle of the year.
Oh, it was middle of the year.
Of
But he was a
last
rookie.
year. No, he got traded from Carolina.
Oh, Carolina, that's right.
Yeah.
But all right, with that, but you still
Garoppolo already got hurt.
Yeah, so you have so many weapons, bro. And what they're saying is if you put Brock Purdy, like say, I'm going to talk shit because it's the Giants. I'm the Giants fan. So you put Brock Purdy behind the Giants O-line, Brock Purdy's going to get killed.
Yeah, of course he is.
He's getting killed. So there's nobody that can stand behind an O-line that's fucked like that and have no weapons besides, Saquon Barkley, you know what I'm saying, and a couple, and I'm not going to say they're bad, a couple wide receivers that catch the ball.
We don't really have a good O-line. We have one good guy on O-line. Really think about it, Trent Williams.
Right.
Who else is really good?
Yeah, but your O-line gives him plenty of time to make decisions.
That's because he could move out of the pocket.
Yeah, he can move out of the pocket. He can move. He can do shit and stuff like that. But the O-line protects him enough that he has stuff, but he has enough weapons that he can throw. He can play. Listen, San Francisco, the Niners, all they had to do was play the fucking running game against.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's all they had to do.
And I don't blame that on Brock Purdy. I blame that on Kyle Shanahan.
Right. Yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day, all right, listen, at the end of the day, you don't have a losing team.
No.
You can't, even for Shanahan, you can't. Like they were throwing stones at the motherfucker. But yo, listen, he got you there. You're at the playoffs. You're at the Super Bowl.
But we were there for Jimmy Garoppolo too.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Right.
So and he was there for Falcons. When
Right.
Falcons went.
All right, but what makes him any less than Kansas City's Reed?
Because Reed knows how to do calls.
That I was
Right.
just about to say that because I was like sticking a
Yeah.
foot in my mouth. He knows how to play the time game, and he knows how to play it's like the dirty football tactics.
The problem is Andy Reid will run the. If Andy Reid was on our team,
Mhm.
he'll run the ball the whole game.
Right.
The whole game.
Well, you win that way. I mean, you could win that way. Look at
No.
McCaffrey. How many fucking the dude barrels through people.
Kyle Shanahan rather throw the ball fourth quarter.
Right.
You win it. You're winning the game.
There was enough errors happening that
But if you're running the ball,
Yeah.
you're third and 3.
Yeah.
You're gonna throw the ball. Or you're gonna
no, you're gonna run the ball for the 3 yards. Yeah, of course you are. Yeah.
make a first down.
Well, I mean, look at Kansas City too. They were doing the 4th and downs too. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's just. Listen, when it comes to the Super Bowl, all
when you
hands
got
off.
when you got a goddamn guy that could run through the line,
Yeah,
you run the ball.
Right.
Sorry, you run the ball.
yeah, McCaffrey. Yeah,
You run the ball.
that dude is fucking a tank. He's a fucking.
So
tank.
you go 2 and 3. You go 3 and 1.
Right.
What do you do? Gonna pass it?
No, 3 and 1. You can't pass that.
You gotta run
You
it.
gotta run it.
Well,
Even a quarterback sneak, a tush push.
What do you do? You're 4th and 1.
Right.
Go for the field. Go for the field goal.
Yeah.
No, you run the ball. What, Are you
Right.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, come on. I don't blame it on the team.
Nah, but I mean, still, man. I mean, you guys got far, bro. I mean, it is what it is.
Next year we're gonna be there again.
Yeah. Well, every year you're either there or close to being there. Do you know what I'm saying? At least.
lose it.
Yeah, but Kansas City has right now they got the perfect team right now. Breaking the action. He's got to take a piss. Got to get you a portable urinal right there, so you can just sit on the seat and just piss into the seat. Then at the night you'd be dropping a gallon worth of piss in the toilet.
I'm not saying fire them. I'm
Right.
saying like, come on. Everybody just pick it up.
Right.
Pick up the play calling.
Well, it's the same. We say the same shit about the ball too. Like it's like now
Do something smarter.
yeah, it's it's hard. Like when you have you don't have a team. Like we have a young team, kind of. And we still have a problem. With our quarterback. Our quarterback situation. Like, and we don't. Of course, you know what? I stand behind Danny this year because. Listen, if he does have a couple seconds or whatever to make a play, maybe we can get some people. Maybe we can get the ball on people. But we need to get more than just Saquon Barkley as a runner. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I personally, they've been talking so much shit on NFL sites and shit like that about who's going to who. One day somebody's being traded, one day somebody's not being traded. Then you go on the New York, the Giants app, or the Giants thing, and they tell you about what's going on, what they're trying to work deals with, and all this other shit. And like for us, I hope that Saquon stays another year. You know what I'm saying? I hope they work out a plan with him and not try to tag him again. But I mean, I don't know. Like, and for Danny Dimes, I don't.
No, he's not gonna do it for you.
I think he's mentally out of the game. I think he's mentally out of the game.
I think he's done. I don't think they should sign Dak. Sorry. I think there's quarterbacks that could be better than
Dak was already signed.
Yeah. I don't know why they keep doing that.
Yeah, they just upgraded his thing too. They upgraded that, so he's getting more money.
And he's got 2 years. He's not gonna go over the hump for you.
Right. Well, he hasn't gone over it yet.
Yeah.
And when Dallas plays a really hard team, they don't. Their outlooks aren't the same as when they crush, like, say, us. Like every year, they crush us. But then again, like, our team isn't. I mean,
They lost to the Cardinals.
I don't know how. I don't know how that
Like-
happened. I don't know how that happened.
Like, are you kidding
That
me?
is one of those flukes.
Well, even
shit
like the
that.
Eagles. Like, Eagles fans are the worst. I'm sorry.
Well, it's rough. You know what I'm saying? And all year, they're rough on the internet. They're rough on social network.
It's
And then
like-
when they lose, they're like, they shit on their
Yeah.
team so much.
It's
That it's like, bro, they're like, oh, this team is the best team psychologically. Look how Jalen Hurts prepares himself, this and that. And then all of a sudden, he goes 5 games of fucking garbage or 4 games of garbage. And they're like, something's wrong with him. He sucks. He's the worst quarterback. Okay, you know what? Take Jalen Hurts and put him on our team. I'll take him, no problem. He's a great quarterback.
We'll take them on the 49ers.
Yeah, he's a great quarterback. Are you kidding me? You're going to shit on him for what? You know what? You could take, I don't know, take Tommy Cutlets. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
If they build an offense around Tommy Cup, bro, I think he'd be a
I think he'll be a great quarterback.
Yeah.
I think he has a good future. I think he really does. He proved that he can play. And he proved that, and listen, I mean, he's a backup quarterback that actually came in and we
He
did
might take
win
the job
games.
next year.
Huh?
He might be the first one.
No, they already said that.
I don't.
They said
What they say and
Yeah.
what they do.
they said
They
he
also
is
said
backup.
Jimmy Garoppolo was going to be the starter last year.
Yeah.
Trey Lance was the starter.
Right.
Trey Lance got hurt. Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. Who became the third string quarterback? Became the person that took them
Right.
to the playoffs.
Bro, we're almost at like 2 hours on video and shit hasn't shut off yet. And it's,
All right, 2 hours,
Oh
baby.
no, it's getting there. It's getting there.
2
dude.
hours.
Is that hooked up? Is that hooked
It's
up to the battery pack?
Let's still go.
Oh yeah, dude, that shit's dying. You know what? We're gonna end this though in an hour. You know how long it's gonna take me to get that video to compress? Last time it took 2.5 hours for it to compress and put it on YouTube. Bro, now it's and that was 45 minutes. We got a whole hour. We're gonna do 5 more minutes so that we can get a full video and shut it down. Because I mean, we're already at 1:45. I mean,
Know what we need to do? We get like a phone hookup so people could call in.
yeah, I mean, I have plans of doing so much other shit, like things like that. Like I wanted to do the TV thing. Like we could do like a big screen here or something. Like we could put it somewhere, and then we could just put live videos so that we could talk about videos and shit. Like when we're talking about some of the sports games and shit, we could actually watch it. And go back and forth. Like I could do that. That's not a problem. And I also was talking about doing that.
Well, you
like,
just did something.
yeah, I could do other stuff too with it. Eventually too, I want to be able to have this in a set room so that when we come to play to do it, we don't have to. Like this table too is good for for tuna casseroles and macaroni salads and food and shit. It's not good for holding the mics. And I have 2 other stands. It's just it doesn't. You need like the wood, like wood for it to grasp on.
I got 2 horses down in the basement. 2 metal horses. We could.
Yeah, I mean, but here's
Well,
like
they're like.
the room. I was so happy to get this space back. Then when I realized how much shit I had, like to put down here, then I was sitting there. I was like, now I don't have any room, and I still can't use that other screen printing machine. I can't use any of that shit. And if I did use that, every time that I would have to do something, I have to move shit around. I actually still don't have enough fucking room, and it's crazy. Like everything here is like thrown fucking together, and it's like it's just shit on top of shit, And even to have I wanted to have a podcast room, like just make the whole room podcast, put cameras up, put TV up, put shit up, so that we could sit down. It's all set up, and all we have to do is hit start stream or start recording, and we'd be
The
good.
house is not big enough.
It's not. And I don't have a room that we could actually sit there and actually do a podcast from. Like, even I was thinking something like from Dina's in their property, and be like, maybe is there a room or something I could put shit in, and of course pay rent, but it's like they don't have no room. Well, their shit has gymnastic stuff in it, so I don't even have that. I can't move any. I don't even want to attempt to move any of this shit into something else, especially that thing. But I'm just getting old, and you're like,
You can't go to my basement. My basement, nothing to be even.
even here, I have to keep setting these feet up here every time. I'll print and it's going side to side. Well, that is just
you have tiles. I have.
yeah,
concrete
that is
there.
way off. That is way off. But when I pull it up higher, I used to have
Never-
spots. I
You
couldn't-
never heard like MacBooks or like
Yeah, I do. I
air
use,
coasters? Like
bro,
we
I
used to
take
do in
fucking
bars?
cardboard and I rip it, or I use these things I cut. Remember the wood that I had Noah cut from?
Oh, yeah.
from I have all these cubes, but I use those cubes for the mic stands. But you know, there's tons of shit. But you know, and then I get overwhelmed, and like, cause I got like 5,000 things that I gotta get done. Like I got the website down for the White Boy stuff, and I just once I got the website done, I put it up and I just walked away. Like I'm like, all right, cool, it's up. I didn't do shit with it. I'm like, bro, I gotta do shit with it. So now I gotta find like tomorrow I'm gonna do a lot of stuff because I'll be home, and should be out in cheerleading until 9 o'clock, whatever tomorrow night. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, I'll have a lot of shit done. Like I'll have a lot of stuff I can do tomorrow, but for the room that I have, I don't have enough room, and I don't have any room upstairs now. After I moved all my stuff out, now there's a table and there's tons more shit that just appeared. And
That's a good table. We should bring that down here.
that's a great table. That would definitely hold it. You know what? It's good. It's like a wooden table or some kind of wooden like picnic table thing that you can clamp shit down to. You know, or like a desk, like even like this. You know, if this was like a big desk or something, then that would be